Welcome to episode 11 of Bottom Up, and today we have Tej, one of the 4 members of Guff Guff Pass. He's a digital marketer at ING. Welcome, Tej. Thanks you so
man.
much
Thanks.
for coming. I think the first thing I really wanted to talk to you about, Tej, is like the one thing we both kind of have in common is our work-life balance. Yeah? We both run a podcast, and you go to work, and I have to go to school. How do you manage to balance while still finding time for yourself? Because you're not just working, podcast, and sleep, you know? You have to have like time for yourself, time to go out with friends, you know?
Yeah.
So how do you find that balance?
Honestly, like I still haven't figured it out. It's like, I already have my work stuff figured out, and it's not like I have a say in it. It's like 9 to 5 types, you know. This month I have no say in it. And then our podcast, we try to maintain your consistency level. So like at least once a week we turn out one episode. We try to at least. There will be times where we have a moment of lapse. We've gone for like a month or so without any episode. That's because of we're either like traveling or like we have things that are happening like simultaneously, and then we can't find time to record. Sometimes someone else makes up, and you've seen like we used to do episodes alone because I'm not in town or like I have something going on. Sometimes he has something going on, then I used to do it. Actually, I haven't done it by myself. So I've done one with like Rishabh and stuff, you know. So this is that way it helps like 3 of us poila, but now 2 of us being there because like one can fill another's void types. That's how I'm romantic, man. But
some intense romance.
Yeah, but it's like that. त्यसपछि त्यो एउटा मात्रै हो फिगर आउट गर्नुपर्ने. अर्को जुन चाहिँ 9 to 5 छ त्यसमा त आई हेभ नो से इन इट. सो त्यही हो. मेरो चाहिँ over time what I've done is like there are things I can control, there are things I cannot control. My work schedule is something I cannot control, so I don't think about that. त्यो बाहेक अरू फ्री टाइम चाहिँ I try to manage यताउता.
What do you do in your free time? के गर्नुहुन्छ नि?
Bro, it's damn boring, man. Custom, मेरो life is damn boring.
I know, social media the दामी देख्छ that like I'm partying with all these famous people.
Who do you see me partying with? Divisco, I think you have me mixed up with Divisco.
It seems जस्तै लाग्छ. Hold on, I'm putting my phone on do not disturb.
And besides work, I don't know, man. Usually like most of the days it's just work, go home. अब त्यो सुन्दाखेरि धेरैलाई बोल्न लाग्छ तर मलाई चाहिँ त्यही आनन्द लाग्छ.
You enjoy your work, you enjoy what you do.
Yeah, I like what I do, that's why I put up with it in a way. Most people would find it अहिले त उयो भइसक्यो नि त त्यो के भन्ने एउटा not exactly a trend, but people are sort of against the whole 9 to 5 culture, you know.
Yeah.
Everyone is like, हुँदैन entrepreneur हुनुपर्छ types. त्यो trend छ नि त हैन. But that's something I have not surpassed, तर like I've sort of like overcome that phase खाले हुन्छ नि. I tried my hand at it didn't work out, so I'm like okay with just like doing something that I like, but it's like 9 to 5 jobs.
I mean, wouldn't you say you're doing a bit of both though? Wouldn't you say your podcasting is kind of like the whole entrepreneur kind of thing?
This podcast, I would say this is more like a hobby types. Yeah, it's a hobby also. I mean, at the same time, I get to spend some time with my friends, talking nonsense and something. Because whole week, body of काम हुन्छ, and then one day of the week, we just like sort of like let loose.
Manche, like people at your work, do you like know?
Yeah,
Does your boss come up to you and be like, sick episode, bro? Sick one. I like that one.
It's I think the power dynamics type of like work like people who are senior then you don't usually come to me saying stuff like that. Okay. But who are like juniors, you know, they come up to me and say like, not about damn, but then like there was this one point in the episode where like it was damn funny. That story was damn funny. It's kind of most people at work know that I do that. It was a way for me to promote it also. I know because there are like my company, there are hundreds of people.
Hey,
so,
You're big.
At least like couple hundreds त्यहाँबाट I could get परेर. So I started like telling.
कम्पनीमा के गर्नुहुन्छ नि दाइले?
Me?
Yeah.
म चाहिँ अब हाम्रो डिजिटल मार्केटिङ टिम छ. So I lead that team भनौँ. So mostly अब so म काम गर्ने कम्पनीको चाहिँ अब विदाउट लाइक टेलिङ टु मच अबाउट द कम्पनी, बेसिकली एउटा एडटेक अनि एजुकेसनल कम्पनी हो होइन. द्याट सर्टन कलेजेसहरू अनि एडटेक उयो प्लेटफर्म्सहरू छ. सो हामीले चाहिँ उनीहरूको मार्केटिङको पनि अब डिजिटल मार्केटिङ साइड हेरिदिन्छ.
So you run social media and stuff?
So social media is a part of it. अनि I have people who are अब very experienced in अब social media. Social media भन्ने बित्तिकै अब it's so I've started to feel like out of touch with the whole thing because I don't know, I can't keep up with what's trending. Every day like what meme is happening, what trend is happening. I cannot keep up with that. So I have people at least who are like way younger than me who can keep up with that. And so I let them do their thing on social media platforms. Obviously like our company ko rule book ko bitra basera alikati.
I mean, like, I don't think it's got to do with anything, young man. And like, I'm running a podcast. I literally know nothing about like the culture, as people say, quote unquote. I'm so. I mean, like, I'm on social media, and don't get me wrong, but I'm so out of touch with like what's trending, who's popular, like. I think I also like. I just don't care that much. Okay, like I don't fully care about who's trending, who's the most famous, right? They're like, it doesn't affect me, so like why should I care?
That's actually like I think त्यो mentality चाहिँ अहिले चाहिन्छ होला. I think it's lacking one of अहिलेको generation. I don't know man, they grew up in a weird time. You guys grew up in a very weird time. At least like most of you.
Yeah.
Because you grew up with the internet, no? I mean, we were there when there was no internet, and then we could like slowly phase it like inside our lives, but there are a lot of people, our generation growing up with the internet. So to a certain extent, they're aware about the internet, but at the same time, there's a lot of validation seeking on the internet, which is not really healthy. I don't know. जस्तो अब हामीलाई कमेन्ट सेक्सनमा के आएर हुन्छ नि होइन. अब सम लेट्स से लाइक अब त्यो अस्ति के भन्छ त्यो दया हङ्राईको क्लिप. There was a thing like अब हामी I think when we did an episode with सिसन बानिया होइन. So दया हङ्राईको एउटा सानो क्लिप थियो क्या त्यहाँनिर. So दया हङ्राईलाई हामीले अब not directly to दया हङ्राई, but अब when you went to the movies you saw like 2 trailers for Daya Angrai's movies, back to back, and you couldn't tell the difference between the 2 movies because he was playing the same role. And then the other thing is that both the actresses who were the leads, they look like 20 years younger to him, which is a fact. But then people got really offended. Daya Angrai's cult following, people got really offended, and then they started like clipping those that your podcast clips. And we just found it very amusing, man. Just like
that might have been better for you actually. It attracted more people,
Yeah.
Logan Paul goes in it. Like we told people to throw the prime bottles,
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel like it's fake that a bit. There was a clip of him telling the audience before, real bunny but that's a completely other story, man. That guy is a marketing genius.
So अब हामीलाई चाहिँ त्यस्तो त्यो नेगेटिभ कमेन्ट्सहरू जे पनि होस् के people start going personal, it doesn't really affect us because like it's just some troll on the internet, but I think there are people who get really affected by those things, reading things being written about them. I mean it's a fact नै होला त्यो त अब मैले स्पेकुलेट मात्रै गरेको होइन. So त्यही अब यो जेनेरेसनमा चाहिँ there are people who sort of I think it's built into them. त्यो भ्यालिडेसन अलिकति भए पनि हुन्छ नि, जति होइन भने पनि then that way what you're saying is I think on a positive side भनौँ न, that you don't care like what's happening. तर मेरो चाहिँ फेरि कामले गर्दा पनि I cannot like completely stay out of the loop पनि. I have to know certain things, and that's why I have people who fit right into that age group, because that अब उनीहरूलाई त्यो नचाहेर पनि maybe they're in those circles where they come to know about certain things. So I don't literally have to be inside the circles, but I have people who are on the circles, so they do it. Does it make sense?
Kind of. I don't quite get it. Like you have people like looking at like the latest trends and stuff to help like almost tweak it to fit your company,
So अब कस्तो हुन्छ भन्दाखेरि सोसियल मिडिया चाहिँ अब एउटा पार्ट मात्रै हो क्या एक्चुली डिजिटल मार्केटिङको सोसियल मिडिया चाहिँ कसरी युज गर्छ हामीले भन्दाखेरि अलिकति अवेरनेसको लागि युज गर्छ क्या रिच धेरै छ नि सोसियल मिडियाको अब इफ आई वर टु युज लेट्स से टु एडभर्टाइज सर्टन समथिङ होइन इफ आई वर टु युज लेट्स से टेलिभिजन एड्स अर न्युज पेपर एड्सहरू अति महँगो हुन्छ क्या तिनीहरू होइन अब इन द्याट प्रब्ली कस्ट मी लाइक ल्याक्स होइन ल्याक्स नि अब न्युज पेपरमा फ्रन्ट पेज एडहरू गर्नु पऱ्यो भने एटलिस्ट लाइक 5, 10, 15 ल्याक्सहरू हुन्छ होइन डिपेन्डिङ अन द के भन्छ न्युज पेपर होइन अनि टेलिभिजनमा त अब द्याट्स अब त्यो त छुनै सक्दैन सो बट देन अब सोसियल मिडियामा गर्नु पऱ्यो भने सस्तो हुन्छ कि अब इभन इफ यु हेभ टु डु एड्सहरू यु क्यान डु लाइक $1 जतिकोमा पनि एन्ड यु गेट अलमोस्ट द सेम अमाउन्ट अफ त्यो रिच पनि के इट्स लाइक अ ह्याक जस्तो के
मैले एकचोटि गरेको थिएँ एन्ड इट वाज प्रिटी गुड जस्ट लाइक अ फ्यु डलर होइन झन् इन्स्टाग्राम पनि स्मार्ट छ कि बिकज I don't know if you guys get these notifications, but I get these. Okay, spend $10 boosting these videos. $25 go credit on the one.
There are people who approach you also. I'll promote your with your. That's a sub scam.
I feel like that's a scam. They buy followers and.
There are some people who. अब यसो हुन्छ कि कतिवटा ठाउँमा चाहिँ they use click farmsहरू. So click farmsहरू चाहिँ कस्तो हुन्छ भन्दाखेरि मोस्टली चाइनातिर हुन्छ होइन यिनीहरू चाहिँ. So they have like a massive space, like a warehouse, and they have like hundreds of thousands of phones. Everything's like interlaced, and then you can buy likes. And they'll automate everything to get you likes, followers, whatever.
It's a bunch of bots.
Huh?
It's a bunch of bots.
Yeah, bunch of bots.
So it doesn't. Yeah, like I don't get why people do that. They're like the whole buying follower thing. I never got it. Like what? It's not even validation because it's not even real people. Like what does that do? I mean, you guys don't do it.
I think for some people who don't understand the whole as a brand भन्छ नि हैन a brand is basically अब त्यो तिम्रो followers छैन भने तिम्रो brand बनाउन गाह्रो हुन्छ नि त
त्यो पनि
हैन अनि अब sometimes people sort of mistake numbers with followers. You get what I'm saying? The number चाहिँ देखिन्छ so you don't know that are they like following you or they just bots खाले के
त्यो exactly.
So some people mistake that अब उनीहरूले नम्बर देख्ने बित्तिकै ए फलोवर होला भनेर चाहिँ दे ट्राई टु चिट देयर वे थ्रु दोज थिङ्स अनि फर देम अब काइन्ड अफ मेक सेन्स पनि अब विथ अ स्मलर बजेट यु क्यान डु समथिङ लाइक द्याट भनेर आई थिङ्क दे जस्टिफाई द्याट वे बट लङ रनमा अब त्यही सर्भाइभ गर्न चाहिँ गाह्रो हुन्छ त्यसरी चाहिँ
आई मिन लाइक आई डोन्ट होल्ड इट अगेन्स्ट एनीबडी द्याट बिजनेस एनिथिङ द्याट लाइक डज द्याट होइन But I honestly don't really support it. किनभने it discredits the people that actually work to get where they are. Okay? They don't just like press a button, buy some followers, and then they work. They like curate an audience, होइन? त्यो मान्छेलाई discredit हुन्छ जस्तै लाग्छ कि अनि like nowadays I have to like when I get like followed by someone with like 10,000 like followers or something, I have to check के like यसको कतिवटा likes आउँछ होइन just to proportion like is it really real जस्तै
अब त्यो one thing that's like a reality is that it's not fair होइन किनभने सोसियल मिडियामा अब सोसियल मिडिया एनी अदर थिङ जहाँनिर पनि अब तिम्रो क्यापिटल तिमीसँग धेरै रिसोर्सेस छ भने यु विल बी एबल टु इन्भेस्ट मोर इन्टु एडभर्टाइजिङ मार्केटिङ वाटेभर होइन लाइक सोसियल मिडिया फर्स्टमा आउँदाखेरि इट लुक्ड लाइक अ लेभल प्लेइङ फिल्ड क्या होइन सो एभ्री वान कुड सर्ट अफ रिच अहिले पनि टु सम एक्सटेन्ट छ तर अब अहिले एज अ बिग कम्पनी आई क्यान इन्भेस्ट लाइक मोर मनी इन्टु द एडभर्टाइजिङ साइड क्या एन्ड अब सोसियल मिडिया प्लेटफर्म्स आर बिल्ड टु जेनेरेट रेभेन्यू त्यसरी नै कि द्याट्स वाइ दे लिमिट युर अर्ग्यानिक रिच एन्ड अल दोज स्पेसली लाइक तिमीले अब तिम्रो बिजनेस पेजमा स्विच गर्ने बित्तिकै युल गेट सर्टन टुल्स बट द थिङ इज देल नो नाउ युर बिजनेस भनेर नाउ यु आर अ पोटेन्सियल एडभर्टाइजर भनेर थाहा भयो क्या सो देल स्टार्ट लिमिटिङ डाउन युर अर्ग्यानिक रिचहरू बिस्तारै 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 या सो द्याट यु इन्भेस्ट इन एड्सहरू क्या एन्ड दे हेभ द डेटा टु ब्याक युर क्याम्पेन्सहरू.
So then if I was to switch my profile to a non-business, I would like to get bigger reach.
Most probably, yeah. But the thing is you won't get certain tools like analytics or which is helpful. That's the trade-off. That's the trade-off. There.
Pros and cons.
Yeah. Just on Facebook, you can sign up as a normal person and like add a friend type को गर्ने हुन्छ नि. But if you create a page, then you get like so many other options and tools. But the thing is, they know now you can.
You want to promote yourself. You want to promote something, and we'll help you. You gotta pay us to say.
Yeah. And then that's how it works. And अब someone with a smaller budget who has access. अब नेपालमा चाहिँ अलिकति गाह्रो छ किन भन्दाखेरि यहाँ चाहिँ डलरमा हामीले केही पनि गर्न पाउँदैन नि त. So in a way it's illegal नै भनौँ. If you are doing Facebook advertising without the permission of the government, illegal नै हो क्या त्यो. किन डलर बाहिर पैसा पठाउनै पाउँदैन नि त. And अहिले I think there's only one company who does it legally. अरूहरू चाहिँ I have no idea about it होइन. So त्यसले गर्दाखेरि अब it makes sense as a small business भनौँ न. अनि अब त्यो अब सबै त्यो बस पनि हुन्छ भन्ने पनि छैन. If you go through like certain कोर्सेसहरू certain online free कति छ होइन अहिले त online भिडियोजहरू you can use that platform के आफ्नो एडभान्टेजको लागि मजाले. You can reach your अब proper target audience भनौँ न. If you know how to use those tools, if you know how to read analyticsहरू, if you know how to see तिम्रो कन्टेन्टहरू कसरी पर्फर्म गरिरहेको छ त्यो सबै हेर्नु सक्यो भने चाहिँ you can reach your actual audienceहरू.
Because I am analytics होइन, but I don't. I mean I understand what it's saying, that I don't know how to use it to my advantage. Okay? For me it's like whatever does well I do that. Okay?
त्यही त हो अन्त एनालिटिक्स भनेको नि त्यही हो नटसेल त्यही हो.
If I try something new होइन अनि भ्युजहरू घट्यो भने maybe it's because of what I changed, or maybe because of what I changed the views are going up होइन. Vice versa हुन्छ. Getting back on topic with the work-life balance thing होइन. अब like you said right, you were saying you don't really do much outside of your work and then podcasting and then home and this whole cycle you're in होइन. तर तपाईँले के गर्नुहुन्छ man to like look after yourself, like physically, mentally के गर्नुहुन्छ नि?
Bro, that's a question I've been asking myself for some time now. I think I should be, but certain things I don't do. I haven't been working out regularly, and I haven't like found time हुन्छ नि रेगुलर. अब हामी अब साथीहरूसँग पनि अब पडकास्टहरू गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ भेट्छ. त्यो बाहेक we struggle to find time to hang out. अब sometimes चाहिँ अब we set a definite time, let's go on a trip or something like that. But त्यो बाहेक चाहिँ अलिकति difficult. I think over time you just अलिकति drift चाहिँ apart हुन्छ with most of your circle भनौँ न. And it's up to you if you want to find peace in that or you want to still, but it's difficult to find time.
I mean like you work 9 to 5. I'm just thinking you work 9 to 5. Where do you work?
Kamal Pokhri.
Tare, I don't know.
It's across the bridge. Yeah. Kumari Hall थाहा छ पहिलाको? Yeah, त्यहाँतिर.
So then it's like, then you have to come here, you record, and then where do you live?
Sita Paila.
Okay. So you're like circling the whole of Kathmandu in one day. Yeah. One day काठमाडौँको पनि एउटा ल्याब गरेर
फुल त्यो पडकास्ट हुने दिन चाहिँ पहिला चाहिँ हामीले स्याटरडे रेकर्ड गर्थ्यो कि. स्याटरडे चाहिँ अब यस्तै हुन्थ्यो whole week just like work, and then Saturday we would just hang out during the middle of the day and then slowly like start recording and stuff, especially when we don't have a guest, so like we don't have to schedule गर्नु पर्दैन नि त त्यस्तो खासै टाइट हुँदैन टाइम. So we just like बिस्तारै रेकर्ड गर्दै गर्थ्यो. And then and then Sunday again back to the grind. But
you work 6 days or 5 days a week?
6 days, man. Nepalma no 5 weeks unless you're working in an INGO or something like that. Nepalma छैन त्यस्तो चलन. Is that weird that Sundays
हुन लाग्यो थियो नि के भएको थियो
हैन छ अब त्यो चाहिँ छ के भन्छ स्पेशली समर्समा दिन्छ के गभर्नमेन्टले चाहिँ गभर्नमेन्ट अफिसेस भन्न. तर अरूमा त प्राइभेटमा त अब इट्स डिपेन्ड्स अन द प्राइभेट स्टेक होल्डर्सहरू वेदर दे वान्ट टु गिभ अर नट. मोस्टली डोन्ट बिकज अब मोर वर्क आवर्स मिन्स मोर मनी.
द्याट्स ट्रु. स्कुलहरूले पनि गरिरहेको थियो नि. दे वर ट्राइङ टु द 5 days a week thing, देन दे वेन्ट ब्याक. nah, this is not working.
सक्दैन होला धेरै जस्तोले बिकज अब अहिले नै आई थिङ्क मोस्ट अफ द स्कुल्स एन्ड मोस्ट अफ द के भन्छ कम्पनीज एभ्री वान स्ट्रगल्स विथ 6 days पनि किनभने नेपालमा फेरि अब तिमी 9 to 5 काम गर्यो भने तिमी आफू काम गर्यो भने अरूहरू काम गरिदिँदैन कि
त्यो पनि हो the work ethic then it's a bit lacking here
especially like if you have to work with एकदम त्यो bureaucratic stuffहरुसँग रिलेटेड काम छ भने त तिम्रो अब you know you've dealt with government officesहरु how slow they are because they have permanent jobs उनीहरुको like they're not going to get fired and stuff so they have zero liability so they'll take their own sweet time when you reach at 11 they'll tell hey lunch time bhayo when does it get over at 2 p.m. and then stuff like so you know
so iconic hey like you get anywhere like from between 10 to 2 sorry दाइ भात खाने बेला भयो
and then like if you work full time you take leave from your work about if तिमीले पाउँछ वर्षमा like 15-20 days चाहिँ अब पेड लिभहरु पाउँछ तर अब बियोन्ड द्याट त अब you start cutting your salary and stuff नि त अब as a company it makes sense to them also because like you not being there means them losing money or something like that हैन तर अब then you take that leave you go to the government office and then they're like I've faced situation where like internet गयो बत्ती गयो के भन्छ सचिव खाना खानु गएको छ all like that you know त्यस्तो हुन्छ अनि अब त्योसँग इन्टरलेस छ भने तिम्रो काम झन् ढिलो हुन्छ के so even if you work 6 days a week there are only like certain periods of time where you're actually productive
working I feel like America and the work ethic difference okay that's why they can afford the whole 5 days a week thing
त्यो पनि छ अनि त्यहाँको अब युनियन्सहरु स्ट्रङ पनि छ नि त युनियन्सहरु स्ट्रङ छ अब त्यहाँ अब लाइक सोशल जस्टिसहरु अलिकति धेरै प्रेभलेन्ट छ नि त यहाँ त्यस्तो साह्रो छैन अब खै के गर्ने we're stuck in a weird world where like we have अब aspirations of first world तर we live in a third world country reality छ नि त त्यो सबै पनि हेर्नुपर्छ at the end of the day wherever you work wherever you study त्यो grassroots सबै तिम्रो नेपाल नै हो के जे गरे पनि so you have to just swim along
exactly go along with the ride yeah the like one person it's so hard to make a change it's like abdini garo
yeah but then someone like it's like cliche type of भइसक्यो तर someone like Balen comes and
yeah
अब अलिकति उयो हुन्छ नि के भन्छ एउटा अब पोजिटिभ एउटा उयो एन्भाइरोन्मेन्ट टाइप्स के लाइक सक्छ एउटा मान्छेले पनि टाइप्सको हुन्छ नि अब obviously he's just a mayor he's not like a prime minister or something I know that he has so much power there's only so much you can do त्यो पनि within the limits of Kathmandu मात्र हो एडमिनिस्ट्रेसन त्यस्तोहरुमा मात्रै गर्न मिल्ने हो उले अब त्यो जति गर्न सक्छ गरिरहेछ जस्तो लाग्छ right now man I open any social media मेरो त feed is flooded with Balen every time I open something it's like Balen something he did something that something त्यस्तो मात्रै भइरहेछ अब सोशल मिडिया एल्गोरिदम त्यसरी काम गर्छ नि त you just like look at something twice or thrice and then they start flooding you with like oh maybe you like this maybe you like this watch this
there's funny story about this guy so my cousin sister loves Taylor Swift right so whenever rarely and Taylor Swift go it popped up and I was like oh this is funny it's a meme but it's a Taylor Swift my cousin sister will like it मैले उलाई पठाइदिए के now my feed is flooded with Taylor Swift since I like it I just send it to her and now it's like every other time some of them are actually good some of them like I'm just like I could care less
if you want to know someone as a person what their interests and hobbies are just ask them their phone open the Instagram app and go to their discover page and you know everything that they like त्यहाँ सबै हुन्छ like dogs with you like cars everything त्यहाँ सबै हुन्छ त्यहाँ
okay everybody in this room is going to try that afterwards everyone's going to open their discover page find out so much about each other
yeah that's how they cater like with you know that's how you get stuck in एउटा त्यो के भन्छ bubble जस्तो के
त्यो भने because it only send you stuff that like you'll like or what's even scarier is like you'll agree with because people are so opinionated they refuse to change their beliefs because of social media because they get fed it's very social media is like a virtual yes man it's like whatever you want to back up social media because it knows
then so that's how they build everything that's how they keep you hooked त्यो echo chamber जस्तो बनिन्छ and then you find people who are like minded टु सर्टन एक्सटेन्ट अब आई थिङ्क सुरुमा चाहिँ राम्रो पनि थियो होला बिकज दे मे बी सम पिपल हु वर अन द अब के भन्छ पेरिफेरल्स अफ सोसाइटी हु फेल लाइक अलिकति आउटकास्ट टाइपको हुन्छ नि सोसियल मिडियाले गर्दा मेबी दे फाउन्ड पिपल हु आर लाइक माइन्डेड एन्ड अलिकति सलेस टाइपको हुन्छ नि म जस्तै मान्छे छ टाइपको अब चाहिँ अब टु द पोइन्ट वेयर लाइक ओन्ली दोज पिपल लाइक यु नो हाम्रो स्कुलमा यस्तो हुन्थ्यो के भन्छ दार्जिलिङमा होइन के भएको थियो भन्दाखेरि सो दार्जिलिङको स्कुल्स आर पहिला दे आर नोन फर सबै उत्योहरू थियो नि त धेरै जस्तो यो मिसनरी क्रिस्चियन मिसनरिजहरू खोलिएको हुन्थ्यो सो दे वर नोन फर ह्याभिङ or एटलिस्ट लाइक टिचिङ गुड इङ्ग्लिस क्या होइन सो तिमी अब साइन्समा खत्तम होस् म्याथ्समा खत्तम होस् तर तिमी फर्किँदा चाहिँ इङ्ग्लिस चाहिँ दामी हुन्छ तिम्रो टाइप्सको थियो क्या दार्जिलिङतिर अनि त्यहाँनिर चाहिँ देयर पिपल फ्रम डिफ्रेन्ट पार्ट्स अफ इन्डिया अभियसली एन्ड देयर पिपल फ्रम नेपाल भुटान होइन बट देयर विल बी पिपल फ्रम थाइल्यान्ड भने के अनि दोज थाई पेरेन्ट्सहरू दे वुड सेन्ड देयर स्टुडेन्ट्स देयर नट टु लर्न एनिथिङ बट बेसिकली एटलिस्ट लाइक लर्न हाउ टु स्पिक इन इङ्ग्लिस खाले हुन्छ नि सो एकजना आउँदाखेरि सिक्थ्यो कि सो इफ देयर इज वान थाई गाई इन यर क्लास अर थाई गर्ल इन यर क्लास होइन दे लर्न इङ्ग्लिस बिकज दे हेभ नो अप्सन बट टु इन्टरेक्ट विथ यु होइन दे हेभ नो अप्सन बट टु इन्टरेक्ट विथ एभ्री वान दे क्यानट स्पिक नेपाली सो हेभ टु स्पिक इन इङ्ग्लिस विथ देम अनि दे टु यु अल्सो होइन तर ओभर टाइम वाट ह्यापन वाज लाइक लट अफ थाई पिपल स्टार्टेड कमिङ इन एन्ड अल दे डिड वाज ह्याङ आउट विथ इच अदर सो by the time they're in the 9th or 10th grade they cannot speak one word of English पनि so अहिले social media is also like sort of like that okay?
but just on a bigger scale it's scarier and that
त्यहाँ चाहिँ अब language becomes limited अब यता चाहिँ your mind sort of opinions at least become limited to just the group you're hanging out in so it's somewhat like that
I mean like obviously there's always these bubbles and target audience these are terms that are thrown around but in the reality it's just finding a group of people that are like-minded that will agree with everything you say. That's what social media has helped us done and it's both like you said a good and a bad thing with your podcast and all you guys also have a target audience and you know you guys are serving to like not like a big group of people but like what motivated like what switched in your guys' mind to like we're just gonna sit down turn the mic on and just start talking like what was going through your head okay
I think the day one देखि जे थियो अहिलेसम्म पनि त्यही नै छ कि हाम्रो लागि चाहिँ it's like having fun you know just like talking because even if the cameras were off and this thing was off we'd still be talking about the same things in the same way it's just that now it's recorded and it's like out there sort of and there's like mics in front of our faces khale matra tyo bhayeko abo that's all we used to do man and we thought like man if we're going to do this like well, why not put it out there anyways maybe like some people will resonate with it especially like people who have some sort of background in like Darjeeling or like those parts of India okay त्यहाँनिर चाहिँ अब they speak like us they get our humor हुन्छ नि अनि so basically growing up over there दार्जिलिङमा केही छैन गर्नु क्या अब it's like a small town होइन and there are like certain schools that do really well that town अब त्यो खासै धेरै छैन नि केही पनि so पहिला अब अहिले त छ obviously they've advanced way more than us also to some extent अनि अब त्यहाँनिर चाहिँ यस्तो टाइम पास गर्नु नभएकोले गर्दाखेरि all people used to do was like गफ हानेको क्या एकअर्कालाई from drivers to shopkeepers to obviously slowly down the line studentsहरू पनि त्यो मजा आउँथ्यो त्यहाँनिर होइन and we grew up there with that culture and we came back here we still like doing that and then we started doing it on as a podcast and then people were like it's like reminiscent of our times back in Darjeeling some people found it just funny in general so that's what just like kept us like going bistari
I think what like success for a podcast is like people have to resonate with it. Yeah? It's not like a news show where people are talking about politics that people can't relate to. Sure, some people might care about it, but no one really relates to it. I think this is the I guess the success of the podcast. It's like this is what needs to be done. It's like what am I saying? It's like, I lost track. No, but what I'm trying to say is like, it doesn't need to be done, but like, this is what a podcast is. I mean, wouldn't you agree? It's like, the only reason you guys like found success, I think, is because when you guys talk, मान्छेहरूले relate गर्छ के, and they're like, yes. उनीहरूको आफ्नै तपाईँहरूसँग कन्भर्सेसन भएको जस्तै हुन्छ क्या, लाइक दे अग्री दे डिसएग्री होइन, चाहे ब्यान्टर होइन, चाहे यु गाइज जस्ट टक होइन. तर आई मिन लाइक यु डिड से सम पिपल, बट आई थिङ्क द्याट्स अ बिग अन्डरस्ट्यान्डमेन्ट. नाउ यु गाइज हेभ क्युरेटेड अ म्यासिभ अडियन्स होइन. डिड यु एभर थिङ्क यस्तो हुन्छ भनेर, लाइक वाज द्याट एभर इन युर माइन्ड?
I never really thought like it would. अब अहिले एक्चुअली खास त्यस्तो धेरै पनि छैन. इट्स जस्ट लाइक अ स्मल लाइक एउटा आई डोन्ट वान्ट टु से कल्ट, तर लाइक लाइक अ भेरी कन्सन्ट्रेटेड अमाउन्ट अफ पिपल छ क्या. Actually like if I had to say like 10 people's name I can say also, like because those people are like people who continuously like comment or like message हुन्छ नि. त्यस्तो धेरै छैन, तर like fixed एउटा couple of त्यो एउटा सानो population छ क्या who watch it like religiously हुन्छ नि. अनि के भन्छ, so I never really thought like it would do this or do that. I didn't know. The only thing I was sure of was like I wanted to do it like for a long period of time हुन्छ नि, because I was having fun just hanging out and like talking shit. And then a week back, like one person tells me like something, oh, you said this one, I remember that thing, or like oh, that was damn funny, because we're not looking for oh good point khale types of feedback. We're not looking for that. We're just about saying things on the fly. Sometimes it may be good, sometimes it may be bad opinion, sometimes it may offend certain people, sometimes it may not be, it may just be like,
but you guys
like
keep
vanilla.
You guys keep everything in what you say, na?
Yeah. We don't. Risky अब त्यही हो त, रिस्क बिना अन्त के भन्छ ऋतिक रोशनले भन्छ नि, डर के आगे जिते टाइप्स होइन त. अलिकति रिस्क त अब that's what real life is होइन. Because there's if you want to see an edited show where everything is catered to your entertainment हुन्छ नि, that's just gonna give you like half an hour of like complete jam packed like dopamine release खाले छैन भने त्यस्तो पनि छ. अब there are like sticky अरे त्यो sideman त्यस्तोहरू के छ. There are shows where people have like अब complete entertainment पनि छ. But I think sometimes you just need to like face certain situations where it's like highs and lows khale ka abo huncha ni, just like a normal conversation with anyone else. There are times you feel bored like oh, but then again like something picks
that's
up
part
and,
of it.
yeah,
that's part of it.
That's part of life.
Conversation is not just like back and forth and then like there's half time, there's round two, there's always going back to your like being tightly edited and like just dopamine rush na. त्यो रिलेटेबिलिटी पनि जान्छ जस्तै लाग्छ कि.
Of course man.
And like we said in a podcast, it's all about selling the fact that we're all relatable, we all have something in common, you know.
Yeah.
And like editing it to make it look like you're perfect, it'll ruin it because no one's perfect, you know. And it takes away that, oh yeah, I can relate to that kind of thing, or yes, this is how I talk, this is how conversation goes. And they compared to that, even my parents are like, it's long, you know. One, like, I'm too lazy to like edit it down, you know. And two, it's like if I edit it down, it takes away the authenticity of like what actually happened, right? People, I mean, this goes out as raw as it possibly can. Okay? I mean, but another thing is, for me, the difference between our podcasts is, one, I'm smaller, and two, that like it's me. I do whatever I want. If I want a guest, I invite them. If I want an edit to look a certain way, I want it, I do it. You know? You guys are 4 members. To custody, what are the dynamics? Yeah.
Dynamics. So, I think it's just like, bro, if you just like go through our group chat, you'll feel like it's like a bunch of 14-year-olds having a conversation, man. I swear to God, it's just like, oh, you manche gardidiyo हैन, oh gardidiyo khale त्यस्तो conversation हुन्छ के हाम्रो. So there's अब I think तर मलाई I kind of like that पनि, because it carries on into the whole podcast को पनि personality, because as long as we keep it casual, or maybe at a at some point where we have to be like really prepared for some guests, maybe hopefully someday, but most of the times we want to have people on who we know, who have like interesting side to them, or who's just an interesting person in general. We like to have normal conversation with as well, besides the podcast pani, just bring them on, and then just carry that same casual vibe from off camera to on camera, so that people can enjoy that person's company पनि through a podcast. So त्यसले गर्दाखेरि अब त्यस्तो केही पनि छैन. So sometimes I'll pitch in, sometimes someone else pitches in. Sometimes सञ्जयले एडिट गर्छ न धेरै जस्तो, सञ्जयले भ्याउँदैन दा म यता कुदिरहेको छु, and then like please हालिदिनु न, then I chime in if I can. Otherwise these will do like some certain postings-हरु गरिदिन्छ. So it's just like helping. It's just like
you guys all kind
helping
of
each other.
You guys all kind of have your roles, but you also have each other's backs.
Yeah. So I think that's important, man.
And so what do you call it? Sanyang Dai also does the editing.
Yeah.
You and Divi's Dai, you guys do the same thing? You guys source the guests together? You guys?
We look for guests, obviously. I mean, actually, it's all four of us. Let's just say Rishabh पनि छ, all four of us look for guests, potential guests-हरु. त्यो चाहिँ हामी सबैजनाले नै अब we scout भनौँ न, or if we come across someone then we pitch in. त्यो बाहेक चाहिँ अब there is editing को which besides Sanjay us, especially YouTube मा हाल्नुपर्ने त्यो video, त्यो whole episode चाहिँ we don't know jack shit about that, so we let him do his thing. त्यो बाहेक अब social media मा हाल्न चाहिँ पहिला चाहिँ मैले पनि रिलिजियसली हालिरहन्थेँ एडिटर गरेर हैन, स्क्रिन रेकर्डिङ लिएर हुन्छ कि कसरी हुन्छ हालिरहन्थेँ. त्यसपछि अब आई स्टार्टेड रनिङ आउट अफ के भन्छ मेमोरी अन माई फोन, एन्ड देन आई स्टार्टेड लाइक लाइक नट ह्याभिङ त्यो टाइम, किन त्यतिखेर कोभिड थियो नि त, त्यो लकडाउनहरू थियो, लाइक अ लट अफ टाइम त्यतिखेर टु एडिट पनि. अनि त्यसपछि भ्याउन छोड्यो. अनि अब सञ्जयले गरिदिन्छ कहिलेकाहीँ, and sometimes when I can like find time I like edit certain clips and put it up. But for me it's like अब दिनभरि म त्यही काम गर्नुपर्छ नि त, अनि त्यसपछि फेरि सोसियल मिडिया गर्न चाहिँ मलाई जति झ्याउ लाग्छ क्या. अनि त्यसैले जति सक्दो हुन्छ I'm very dependent on Sanjay when it comes to clips, man. Shout out to Sanjay Gurung.
Yeah, he's so good. I invited him today, तर हल्का busy थियो. He's busy man.
He's good, man. त्यो NWC को सबै त्यो टेक्सहरू उले सोसियल मिडियामा बेसिकली जे पोस्टहरू छ उनीहरूको भिडियोजहरू छ त्यो सबै सञ्जयले गरेको. He's a very talented guy.
Extremely talented.
He's good on the guitar पनि. अनि
he's a renaissance man.
Yeah, he's the actual renaissance man.
Last episode.
Sanjay is very good. उसले मलाई पहिला अब मैले चाहिँ खास पहिला चिनेको थिइनँ, दिजुले भनेको थियो कि मलाई, because they met back in Bangkok when they were studying there. So Diju told me like, oh, I found a guy who's like really good with videos. And but initially I thought like let's just do it ourselves because it's just recording and then putting it up on the internet, and त्यस्तो खासै धेरै एडिट गर्नु पर्दैन. But then he was like Sanjay भनेछ गर्दिउँ मन. And also like he had a camera, so like
his talents were a bonus. He just wanted the camera.
And yeah, so he came on board त्यसपछि, and then everything just like went together perfectly.
I find your story so iconic that when you guys started out, you got to like sneak out and khana सँगै hospital जान लाग्यो हैन, then you guys would
yeah man, those are interesting times. We would अब खास गरी हामीले before COVID नै we were planning to start it, but ठ्याक्कै स्टार्ट गर्न आउँदाखेरि कोभिड भयो क्या. अनि ल के गर्ने अब लेट्स जस्ट राइड आउट लाइक द फर्स्ट 1-2 weeks भने क्या. अब त्योभन्दा धेरै त हुँदैन होला टाइप्स हुन्छ नि. Who knew like who the hell knew like you would go on for 3 months, right? I thought like 1 week max, because we're used to let's say the max we are used to is like, especially me growing up in the 90s, we're used to बन्दहरू क्या, स्ट्राइकहरू. अब म्याक्स कति नै गर्छौ बन्द तिमीले होइन, 1 हप्ता रे होइन. सो त्यो मेन्टालिटीले आई वेन्ट इन्टु द के अरे लकडाउन. 1 week भयो सक्दैन 2 weeks भयो सक्दैन 3 weeks भयो सक्दैन गाह्रो भइसक्यो मेरो बेडमा चाहिँ खाल्डो भइसक्यो यस्तो त्यो मेरो म्याट्रेसमा खाल्डो भइसक्यो हुन्छ इट्स लाइक होल डे वर्किङ फ्रम देयर एन्ड देन लाइक एट नाइट अल्सो लाइक स्लिपिङ देयर
उठ्नै मन लाग्दैन के यो लाइक उठेर के गर्ने आई हेभ नोवेयर टु गो नो one's gonna come visit me and all they need to see is my face. Sometimes they're like, I guess the really smart people, they will like put like a bowl of water beside them and uthe chep chep garne namaste.
So yeah, that those were the days when we started like actually thinking of ways to record let's just do the first one bhane ke कसरी गर्ने we have to meet let's not start the page on Zoom होइन लेट्स नट डु द्याट भनेर लेट्स समहाउ ह्याङ आउट भनेर भन्यो अनि त्यसपछि त्यतिखेर चाहिँ आफ्टर लाइक आई थिङ्क 1 month जस्तो पछि चाहिँ दे स्टार्टेड लेटिङ पिपल कम आउट एट नाइट अर समथिङ लाइक आफ्टर 6 or after 7 त्यो हुन थालेको थियो एन्ड देन we did the first recording दिदीको घरमा. We had to stay overnight because there was no chance of leaving after that. So we had to stay overnight and we recorded some episodes. I think we recorded like 2 or 3 episodes, but then like Yodama Manzu was not there. So we released the one with Rishabh. And त्यसपछि अब फर्स्ट एपिसोड डन ल भयो होइन अनि सेकेन्ड एपिसोड गर्नलाई अब फेरि ल कसरी गर्ने देन अगेन वी ह्याड टु स्निक आउट एन्ड देन त्यतिखेर चाहिँ दिस वाज ड्राइभिङ एन्ड हिज लाइक he had like a hot case थियो होइन and he had his dad's report medical report and he said like just tell like this is your report you have to go to the hospital होइन and it's like something to do like heart something and he's like oi just act like you have a heart problem bro. Bro, how do I act like I have a heart problem? Like, what's the protocol? Like, I don't know how to act like one. I've never seen someone. The closest thing I've seen someone with a heart problem is like movies when they have heart attack. I cannot do that. So like I just like fumbled, you know, like I just fumbled to the hera and that all I could do was like recline the seat and act like something is wrong with me. And that person just didn't let us through and we had to put our vehicle aside and walk back.
Oh my god.
And even when we were walking back we thought like like if they see you in public without any proper reason then they would come with those clamps.
Oh my
remember
god.
those human clamps?
I don't remember.
त्यो नि हाम्रो त्यो यस्तो like stick हैन at the end of which there's like a यत्रो ठुलो clamp के.
Oh my gosh.
So they would come and apprehend you with that clamp on your waist. So you have to like walk around like a dog. Like a rabid dog khale jasto lock there. And then the funny thing is they take you yesterday and atti careful bhayera like maintaining social distance with the cop and he would like direct you into the police van. After that he'll remove the clamp, you have to get inside and then he will come and sit beside you like
all this social distancing and then you're like together in the back seat.
It's so funny like people everyone was so confused. No one knew what they were doing. They were just following orders, okay, what did WHO say? Okay, do this. Okay, I'll do that. Masks, okay, masks, okay. Scarves, no scarves, okay, no scarves. People were just doing shit, man. To the point where people got bored to the point where they were like, they were starting discussing like how to wear masks, like, how many ways are there to wear masks? Some were like, no, you have to wear it inside out. That is for
inside out.
Bro, come on, like
BS about like Donald Trump or not Donald Trump, but like someone in the US was promoting the fact that like the mask was actually causing you to get COVID. It was like the mask is not helping. And he put an anti-mask bhagyo like people were so bored. Do you think that helped with like your like starting off?
What?
The Guff Guff Pass, man, like you were doing lockdown.
Maybe it did to a certain extent because I think there weren't a lot of things for you to do. So maybe to a certain extent alikati help pani garela to reach out to people but at the same time that was when I think content consumption was peaking होला हैन So there were so many ways for someone to be distracted from what I was showing them, and as a content creator. So त्यो पनि छ. अब the flip side is maybe they had enough time to go through our content. But there were some people who said like profound things पनि, like, oh, I'm at like some country abroad, like working by myself. I spend most of the time by myself, and it's like nice to have you guys. Maybe that person is from the Darjeeling side of the border, होला. So you can relate with the humor and stuff. Funny. So there are certain people who said things like that, and
do you think that's what motivated you to like keep going and stuff?
I mean, we would still be doing it regardless, you know. That's like
a bonus.
Yeah, bonus.
Bonus points.
It makes you feel good. Aligati dopamine the hamlam chahiye.
Leave some for the rest of us.
It's nice, man. Sometimes when people say that.
So then it was like the four of you, and Rishabh Dai, he went to the US, and I never got to meet him, unfortunately. And
oh, he was not there when you.
He was not there
when you came on for the first time.
I think he had just left.
Oh, okay.
I think he had just.
But Rishabh started a new segment. Guff Guff Pass NYC Edition with a nice ass logo.
And everything. Nice logo.
And he's gonna release episodes regularly with people from that part of the world. Hopefully, like mostly Nepalese people who are there.
Guff Guff Pass going global.
Global, Miss International.
Miss International. Give me that crown.
So yeah, he's doing that. Hopefully, we'll be able to churn out some more episodes regularly.
But like when he left originally, was there a plan for him to eventually do this, or like, it was just like he was like, I'm bored, I'll join you guys when I say.
No. Actually, he was supposed to do this like way earlier, but I think he got caught up with Busko college and stuff, life there, and he's adjusting a new life there. So त्यसमा he got caught up and he couldn't take out episodes. I'm glad that he's finally done that. I think he'll kick off like a new dimension to Guff Guff Pass. I think we'll come because त्यहाँ US मा पनि छन् नि कति नेपालीहरु हैन who have struggles, who have interesting personalities, who have some we know, there are some yet to be discovered. Maybe Rishabh will be able to do that. Just like bring certain stories and personalities to light that we don't know about. And just I would take that's like Guff Guff Pass to a whole next level.
I mean, that's amazing that you guys like decided and you're like, this is not gonna stop us. Okay? त्यो कहिलेको पनि थियो like when Rishabh Dai was like telling you guys, oh म जानु पर्यो हैन, where you got that like, oh this is the end हैन, it was a good run हैन, this is I mean the के गर्ने अब जस्तै भएको थियो कि you guys were like it's okay, we'll continue without you kind of thing, or के भएको थियो, or and like what like motivated you to keep going, okay? Because you guys constantly say Rishabh Dai was also a key part to it हैन.
Yeah.
So like what prevented you from saying, oh now that he's gone, like what's the point of continuing our authenticity, our thing is gone and we still have most of it but some of it's gone, so why should we continue doing what we do and you guys were like, we'll just do whatever.
No, we always say like usually we try to have at least two of us at least two of us. अब कहिलेकाहीँ त्यो इमर्जेन्सी पर्दाखेरि कहिलेकाहीँ सिचुएसन डजन्ट लेट यु, सो एटलिस्ट दुईजना चाहिँ होस् भनेर हुन्थ्यो क्या जहिले पनि हामी. अब तिनजना हुँदाखेरि अनि अब अहिले दुईजना हुँदाखेरि चाहिँ एटलिस्ट वान अफ अस क्यान अल्सो समटाइम्स क्यारी द के भन्छ पडकास्ट बाई देमसेल्फ जस्तो गरेर. सो वी से दिस लाइक द शो मस्ट गो अन टाइप्स के. So whatever happens, someone has to come through.
To do it.
अब अलिकति भ्याउँदै भएन भने there's no problem, like we'll put it on hold because it's not like a job sort of neither. Once it starts to feel like a job,
then it's boring.
Yeah,
then you don't want to do it anymore.
Don't want to do it anymore. So without making it feel like that, but still trying to sort of alikati be consistent, because our the good or the bad thing about this as a content creation as a hobby is you're doing it for the attention at the end of the day. No? You're doing it for someone's attention, someone's time. And people, if they don't get habituated or they don't, certain things don't meet their expectations. By expectation, I don't mean the whole package of the content. By expectation, I mean at least delivering. होइन त्यो भएन भने बिस्तारै people start like losing interest होइन अनि so त्यसैले पनि अलिअलि चाहिँ मेन्टेन गर्नलाई चाहिँ we say like the show must go on, someone has to do it खाले. But if not, then we'll take a break also sometimes. So there was at one point of time where we didn't do an episode for 2 months.
Yeah,
that
we
were traveling around.
Like around my thing, and around like that started 2021 थियो होला जस्तै I feel like saying होइन कहिले थियो, it was like 2022 जस्तै
starting it was
start of the year.
It was during our time when we went to Darjeeling and Kalimpong तिर.
Yeah.
So त्यतिखेर we were traveling around, so we couldn't do anything about it. अनि त्यसपछि ठ्याक्कै त्यो दसैँको टाइम थियो अनि त्यसपछि फेरि तिहार भइहाल्यो अनि त्यो तिहारमा पनि we decided to go somewhere. So त्यसले गर्दाखेरि we just didn't feel like doing it, so we didn't do it.
And then you guys came back, and then you came back to this studio, and then you started again.
And then we found this place which was perfect because I think त्यो सराउन्डिङले पनि अलिकति त्यो हुन्छ नि आनन्द टाइपको ल्याउने कि because अब you're renting a studio somewhere. पहिला हामी when you came for the first time we were doing in a studio नि you're renting time त्यहाँनिर. So you have to do it within a certain period of time, so like hurried and तर अब यता भन्दाखेरि you're relaxed, like sometimes you might be late, sometimes you might be quick, you might be early होइन. So त्यस खासै फरक पर्दैन and then it chimes into the whole vibe नै.
Because then you get more relaxed and you're not like okay we're done now, let's go होइन.
Then it starts becoming like a TV show, man. Oh, like producer action भनेर त्यस्तो हुन्छ.
Uncle in the back.
Bro, the only thing bichara Sanjay, the only thing he does is he claps once. Suruma, that's it, man. After that, he won't say shit.
The guy needs some camera time, man. Does he ever want to record a podcast with you guys?
We ask him all the time, but he's more, he just likes doing his thing behind the camera.
Tell him I'll always step in, press the record button for him, do the tiny little claps. I will always be there.
He's been in some episodes. But he's alikati, he likes being behind the camera, he likes the editing and stuff. He likes coming up with ideas on how to make certain if we do, so we actually had like one more channel, okay? Guff Guff Pass clips and more. That we used to put clips, and if we do like if we travel somewhere, then Sanjay will compile a vlog sort of and put it out there. So he likes to do a lot of creative stuff, and it's like Suruma, I feel sorry for him because as an editor and a camera person for a podcast, you limited things you can be creative about it. What will you do? You just have to put the press record, and after every half an hour you have to press it again.
Then you like put the audio together, put the intro thingy, done.
That's it. I know. I feel bad for him to and then pachi obviously certain projects aligned and certain things came in, which was a good opportunity for him also to explore to take out his like the creative juices or nikalnalai. He found it like especially with the NWC. The NWC he went wild, man. He
went over the top. It was incredible. It was great.
Yeah.
Some of the promo videos were sick, man. It was awesome. I mean, Sanjay, I always will. I mean, he's very busy, but like, if I ever get the opportunity, I would love to take some like one-on-one editing classes with him, right?
Sanjay.
Yeah, it would take my game to the next level. I do some here and there. I have to. I wouldn't say I'm like bad. I know what I'm doing,
Yeah.
But Sanjay, he's like, he brings something else to it. Okay, he knows when to cut the clips, when to. But I guess that's not a skill you can teach. Okay? That's just something you kind of.
Yeah, it's more like taste.
Taste only.
You can learn the fundamentals. You can learn how to be quick. You can learn how to be fast with the edits. But Sanjay ko afnai euta त्यो feel दिन्छ के
उसले. It's like second nature. Okay? He just knows. Okay?
Like when I see a video, I know Sanjay edited this video खाले types को भइसक्यो because I know his taste and I know what his videos feel like. It's like अब Wes Anderson को movie हेऱ्यो भने you know it's a Wes Anderson movie type हुन्छ नि because there's like a certain feel to it. There are certain shots which are like wide अनि त्यसमा कलर्सहरु अति भाइब्रेन्ट हुन्छ नि. So सञ्जयको पनि त्यस्तै छ के. उसको चाहिँ अलिकति like dark अलिकति के भन्छ त्यो एनालॉगिश टाइपको फिलहरु आउने त्यस्तो टाइपको छ के. So I know his taste अनि
do you know what software you guys use to like edit and stuff?
I think he uses Premiere Pro ne? A lot of people are using DaVinci Resolve nowadays, but I think it's mostly for color grading and stuff. But if you just need like quick editing, you can do it in also iMovies and stuff also. Yeah, it's basic and it's easier to do it.
I use DaVinci as well because it's free.
Yeah.
Premiere then money cost, right? Then iMovie then halka it's a bit too simple just like you can't make it your own. It's like
it's just a watered down version of Logic Pro.
The Sunday like that style. You know, whenever I watch something, I'm like, I know this was edited by iMovie. It's like you can't add your own spin to that. That's there, and there's nothing you can do about it.
But it helps if you need to mass produce certain things, you know. Like if you need to like render like if you just need to cut clips, certain clips. If you need to add a lot of flavor and all these like fancy edits, then you might need to upgrade to certain things, and that's where like DaVinci Resolve helps.
Your podcast, man, on God, it reminds me of a boy band. On God. Like One Direction or something. I mean, no offense,
What?
It reminds me of like a boy band kid, like the Backstreet Boys or something. So everyone's wearing chasma in front of mic, posing, talking, doing a bunch of crap. It's so like, I love it so much. You guys
we grew up with that. We grew up in that era. Backstreet Boys were the thing, man.
I want it that way.
Every time there's like a event or some school function or something, and you just want to dance to like the latest Backstreet Boys song.
No, but on God, it's like you guys honestly do remind you of that. But like with bands as well, and there's always like slip-offs, and their egos get in the way, and you're like, oh, I'm the one, I'm carrying this team, and I'm going solo. Ke huncha haina? Taharko त्यसो केही भएको छैन है? They don't like.
I think this is केही पनि हुँदैन पनि होला.
I think it's because like you guys aren't in it for the money either.
Yeah.
You guys aren't in it for like, this is not your full-time job, okay? This is, you just do it as a hobby. You guys do your own thing, and it's just for you guys. It almost sounds like साथी मिलेर बसेर कुरा गरेको हैन. It's the cameras and all. I thought it's a side thing. It's not even there जस्तै हुन्छ के.
Yeah, so त्यही मैले अघि भने जस्तै like even if these like even if the camera wasn't there, if this like recording interface wasn't there, we'd still be doing that. Like if we meet on a Friday or something like that, we'd still be doing the same thing over some beers. But it's just that we decided to record and put it out there. Or nowadays, like someone else is there, like sharing the session with us. So, but when someone new is being introduced to the group, or if we hang out with someone new, same नै हुन्छ के. बाहिर पनि अनि यता पनि same नै हुन्छ. We try to make them feel as comfortable as possible. And sometimes we cannot force it. I know, it's just that's just what it is. There may be some episodes or like some guests who may not have felt like completely comfortable. Maybe some people read into that. There have been like instances where I didn't feel like how to like, you know. So त्यो पनि हुन्छ कहिलेकाहीँ. Because but त्यही off camera पनि त्यही हुन्छ, त्यहाँ पनि त्यही नै हुन्छ के. It's difficult to pretend त्यतिखेर चाहिँ.
I mean, you guys don't really fake it, you guys are who you are, and it's like the ego or the gates, because you guys aren't in it for the money and the fame. You guys are in it because there are a few people that religiously watch it, like you said, but more than that, it's just friends chatting over beers and chips.
Yeah.
I mean, like beers.
But like obviously we wouldn't say no to either the money or the fame.
Yeah.
Because
I don't think anybody.
we've realized over time, what we've realized is if we, so we won't chase it, but if it comes along, we'll welcome it, sort of. Because we've realized over time that it helps in a lot of different ways. Like our NWC नै भनौं हैन, यो दुईको अब baby जस्तो थियो नि त हैन. So you wanted to as something that you've thought over years and years, and then you're trying to birth it and त्यसलाई produce गर्दाखेरि अब the amount of work that needs to go into it, but at the same time it needs to be out there. People need to know about it and त्यसको लागि के you need a platform, and this like things like that can be helped through platforms like these and त्यसले helps you, but it's not something we would chase. If it comes along, then welcome it.
You're not walking around looking for it, but when it comes along, when you're following your path, if you cross by it, you'll pick it up.
Yeah. So that's why we haven't looked for sponsors. If someone says that, oh, we will sponsor, and then because the thing with sponsors is like some people are too demanding of what they want to be done with their product. I want it to be shown here, I want to give you this. Some people are just like, we've just sent you this and do whatever with it. And then we're like, okay, no demands also, like doesn't mean like I'm obligated to show it also. If we feel like it, then we'll show it. And then some people want to give you like the most minimal amount of money, and then we want screen time, we want this, we want it here, we want it back. Then we're like, sorry bro, like
you guys did do one sponsor thing, or I don't know what it was.
We did a couple of those.
You guys did like a shoot in like a forest, that
was like more like a collaboration. So those guys, I think one of the guys is actually this childhood friend, and he has a store. पहिला बसन्तपुर र यता चम्सीखेलमा थियो. I think he's moved out from his चम्सीखेलको store अहिले. So he makes like really nice like custom RS, okay? Store ko name चाहिँ. He makes custom t-shirts I think other clothing wear पनि बनाउँछ होला. Along with that, he customizes a lot of different accessories पनि. उनीहरुसँग collaborate गरेको थियो. That was like during the early stages of Guff Guff Pass. And he just came out with like a new line of jackets. So he wanted to do a show. We're like, okay, let's do it. We just went to some random forest or something. Yeah, that's how that happened.
That's how we roll. The show must go on.
The show must go on, man. But show must go on.
Then again, like going back to sponsored and stuff, right? You got a very picky and choosy, which I respect fully. Yeah, a lot of these content creators, they'll get brands, they'll say what they want to say, and then sometimes, but it's like it won't align with like what is happening, Sometimes like you'll have like, I don't know, football company sponsored by Coca-Cola. It's like, I mean, it works, but like it doesn't. It makes sense inside. It's like. Or like imagine going to a gym and then seeing a sign of Coca-Cola. It's like, it's not what you want to promote. It's like two contradicting things, which shows that like they're just in it for the money. Like they're just.
The long run ma दुईजनालाई बेफाइदा हो त्यो, किनभने you're also promoting wrong stuff to your audience who have different mindset. And even as a brand, you're trying to show it to an audience who does not really relate with that product at all. But as a creator, bro, who am I to say no to money, man? That's why whenever someone says like, oh, we were thinking of sponsoring you, I just like tell them like a flat out rate. Like if you want like this many, or we'll say whatever you want, but if you want it to be shown, then this is how much it's going to cost. Most people don't reply after that. Yeah, so I just let it be.
We're too high quality. We're premium.
Because but then if it's like a friends or someone we know, obviously we'll make considerations and we'll just do it sometimes for free also. But if it's not someone we know, and if it's just supposed to be a professional exchange, then I'll just tell them, I'll just mail them a flat out rate. which has yet to be accepted by anyone.
I bet if I go through a D, man, it's just like scene. It's like a certain amount of money scene, a certain amount of money scene. All the big brands.
I think दुईचोटि मात्रै एक्सेप्ट गरेछ होला.
What kind of companies do you approach you, like clothing companies?
No, the first one was a rolling paper company.
A what?
Rolling paper company.
What's rolling paper like?
Rolling paper company.
Oh,
where you roll tobacco.
Yeah.
Tobacco specifically.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Rolling paper company from India. And the second one was like a hemp soap company.
What?
Yeah. I don't know.
Okay.
So we just did it for the money, yeah.
Money.
So those are the only people who accepted it. There have been people who approached, I know. They come up like enthusiastically because if you compare it to the whole landscape of people who could potentially advertise their products, or Sane on the channel. So I think they come in thinking like, oh, maybe they'll do it for cheap. So but then they were like, no man, like if you want to put it, then just give this amount. If not, then whatever.
Yeah.
That way, like it doesn't affect anyone also. I don't have to like put on a facade.
Yeah. You don't have to pretend like you care about it. Yeah.
Especially when it's something you don't care about,
I mean, like another thing is even though you don't make money through like sponsorships and stuff, money does give you YouTube does give you money organically, do you guys split it 4 ways equally? Or do you guys reinvest everything?
No, त्यस्तो धेरै आउँदैन अब. The thing is, त्यो भ्युअरको जियोग्राफिकल लोकेसनले फरक पर्छ कि कति पैसा आउँछ भनेर.
ए हो.
सो नेपालमा भ्युअर धेरै छ भने तिम्रो खासै धेरै पैसा आउँदैन कि. But then if your viewers are from America or Europe हुन्छ नि, then a lot of money comes in. अनि हाम्रो जति पनि छ अब आउँछ एडसेन्सबाट सबै त्यो बाहिर बस्ने नेपालीहरू कि, अस्ट्रेलियाको, युकेको अनि युएसकोहरू मात्रै. I think it's to do with online transactions. So YouTube makes money through advertisers, advertisers advertise a product on YouTube, and as an advertiser, my expectation is someone to see my product on YouTube and go somewhere online and purchase my product. Okay.
Yes.
तर नेपालमा गर्न मिल्दैन नि त त्यो. So तिम्रो एड नै देखाएको खासै भ्याल्यु धेरै हुँदैन कि, त्यसैले कम्ती पाउँछ कि.
It's like getting an ad for a McDonald's burger.
Yeah.
It's like, it looks good, but I can't do anything.
It's mostly तिम्रो के भन्छ नेपाली उयोहरूले गरेर हुन्छ, or at least brands who have their franchises over here, or some brands who just do random marketing and stuff like. I get like ads for like GoDaddy and stuff like that over here.
I get so many ads for that. Grammarly, even though I have it.
Grammarly,
even though I have it.
Yeah.
It's like, I already have it. I go like, show me something new. Show me a car that I can't buy. I don't care. Don't show me Grammarly. Like, it's all on like, what are you trying to tell me?
YouTube, huh? Bro, there's this one guy on YouTube. I don't know if you've seen that ad. So Zapier just collaborated with you on ad also.
No.
It's going to change the landscape for businesses and content creators on ad also. Random it's so irritating. Zapier ad. Ad
I find it sickening when I have like to watch the same ad over and over again. Especially when you already have the product. Somebody like just stop serving it to me. It's lost for like both of us. I'm losing my time, you're losing your money.
Bro, no, but the thing is, तिमीले YouTube मा चाहिँ कसरी ad को त्यो पैसा काटिन्छ भन्दाखेरि, if you watch after the 5-second mark or if you click on the ad को link, त्यसपछि मात्रै काट्छ के पैसा.
Okay.
So that way you save money, but your per advertise per त्यो click को चाहिँ पैसा अलिक बढी हुन्छ कि compared to Facebook हरू चाहिँ. That's just some gibberish information. You'll probably forget by the end of this podcast.
Like another thing we were talking about though is like you said, like this third world country trying to be first world, let's talk a bit about that, because you have a very first world mindset and a very like you got developed.
Most of us,
I was like, okay, I mean you are in the public light, maybe you don't think so, but you are, okay. But people know you, you're on this podcast, the thing is, like, do you have any pressure, like to like see these first world views, or like you ever be like afraid of the backlash? I mean, it sounds like you don't care so far, which is good, in a good way, But it's like the pressure to get you into that, like you're like what will people think if I say this like controversial first world go like perspective, or you just speak your heart out?
No, I think at least till now we've just spoken mostly out of experience and out of your own developed opinions or so far we've been able to do that. I think a certain threshold people feel a sense of responsibility. I've seen that. I've come across people who've said that, where they feel a certain responsibility after they reach a certain threshold of popularity, because they hold influence after that point.
Yeah.
So maybe those are the people who feel obliged to, if not say something, then at least not to say anything on a certain topic or certain subject.
You don't think you're at that level?
No, hell no, man. And as much as I know, even if I were to reach that point, I think at the end of the day, you have to be your own moral judge and see, because mostly like I don't believe like there is hard black and white good and bad one. It's just things that we've over time classified as good and things we've classified as bad, based on maybe religion, based on your community, based on your culture, based on where you're situated in the world. There's more difference and based on the species you are. I know. Just like murder is a sin, it's criminal. But if you go out in the wild, that's just hunting for food, man. So त्यो चाहिँ in a एकदम त्यो के भन्छ extreme भयो, but like सानो micro scale मा चाहिँ certain things can be good and bad at the same time in different perspectives पनि. So you have to be your own moral judge with experience.
I mean 100%, you do have to be your own moral judge, what you believe is right is what you think is right, and then don't feel like it's also important not to force it on other people.
Yeah.
But there are some people that do, तपाईँले कसरी prevent गर्छ from like, letting other people influence you, maybe in a bad way, like telling you what's right, what's wrong, even though you might not think so, and they influence any, how do you prevent it?
I guess just experience of coming across people. That's why as much as you want to avoid, you have to be around people to know people. Because if you're not around people, if you don't interact with people, then you don't know how to sort of screen them, Someone may be trying to get something out of you, but if you don't interact with people, you'll never know someone's intentions. And someone may be trying to lure you to a certain direction. You may not know if you don't interact with people on a regular basis. कसरी छुट्याउने त्यो मान्छेहरूलाई, हैन? So interact गर्नै पर्छ. That's why we are social beings also. There are some people who find it difficult to just like talk to people, in general, or a lot of people are afraid of like public speaking, or just speaking to a smaller group of people.
Yeah.
I think that stems from you not speaking regularly to people, okay? And you're not talking to your parents, you're not talking to your cousins, you're not talking to your friends, you're not talking to your colleagues, and then suddenly you expect yourself to be like the best public speaker. And
we have to clarify, talking is like this talking. It's not sending a text.
No.
Doesn't count. Okay? It's like people have got it a bit mixed up. Okay, like yeah, I talk to people, I message them every day, and it's like that.
No.
That ain't it.
Texting is like यो क्या अब पहिला चिट्ठी लेखे जस्तो कि there's too much time for you to prepare your speech, and then just like a edited version of a show, I know. You can edit certain things out that you don't like. You can edit certain things that you think might work.
Yeah.
But when you are like face to face, or when you're having like a podcast, you can't edit it.
You can't be like, hold on, can I delete what I just said? It's like, whatever you say happens, and you talk what you talk.
So if you have more of this that way, if you have more of this, this sort of conversation, then I think that'll help you do things more spontaneously, or at least think faster, instead of taking your own sweet time to edit things all the time. So yeah, that texting is definitely not as good as conversations. But things have changed, man. Things have changed a lot. I think that's why a lot of people are very anxious, funny.
Things have changed quickly, but what's even scary, things are changing even at a rapid pace.
Yeah.
We're not getting enough time to like adapt. There's always something new, okay? We're
true.
like balla adapting to social media and any AI either. Yeah, but like from AI, like what's next? Yeah, like it's crazy. Robots.
There's that new thing that came out on Apple Go, the headset.
Oh, that was crazy.
But was it?
I don't know. I feel like it's pretty cool.
Because
the Apple headsets, the goggles.
The thing keep on those
VR goggles.
They've been very careful not to call it VR because they don't want to brand it as VR, but Vision Pro. Vision Pro, yeah, Vision Pro.
Ooh.
But weren't there like certain things similar to that paila nahi? Because Facebook has something like it.
And it's just
we get it like 1500 rupiyaँमा with city center ma. You just insert your phone as it's like VR. Bro.
It's just Apple.
I don't understand like this the whole thing like Apple's created, like they release something which someone has been doing it for years,
And this is what Apple does great, I mean like I think it's ridiculous as well, plus the amount they're charging is like psycho,
Yeah.
But like what Apple does is they don't just rush to be the first one out. Okay? They like take their time, and then they do it like Sanjay. They make it their own, right? They put their own little twist on it, and then they release it. I think there are a few things different. I think with VR, before you were completely blocked out, now it's like a transparent screen. Okay? That's alterable. Like you can alter, so like you're still aware of your surrounding. Okay?
Oh no, that thing is a screen.
That thing is a screen that it's apparently you can like see outside.
See through it, yeah.
It's like very good.
That was the creepy part I thought. Advertisement they showed like the eyes.
Yeah, that's a screen, right?
Yeah, that's actually AI generated eyes of your eyes, or maybe your not even your eyes.
It's a camera, and then the camera's inside
displaying your eyes, right?
Yeah. No, but what I found even more creepy is when you take off the goggles, they scan your face.
Yeah.
They make an AI version of you, so when you get on FaceTime, it's an AI version of you talking. Like it's not you, but it's like a fake cartoonish version.
Like a 3D version of you.
That's creepy. Then when you move and talk, like the lips move as well. That's weird. You're not even talking to the person. You're talking to some AI. Okay, but it's still that person. It's weird. I don't know, man. The future is weird.
What if we're like a way more advanced version of that?
Like our eyes are like
just like our whole presence, our whole being is some sort of projection. Hologram. Yeah, like a hologram. Someone's just
like
playing. Someone's just pushing buttons like, hey, wanna do a podcast today?
I always thought about this. Like, what if I'm a video game character in like GTA or something? And I'm like, I always wondered, like, what if somebody's outside? Like, my brain is actually like the signal like receptors for the controller. I don't know, that would be pretty crazy though. But I don't know, how would we discover something like this? Like, how would we test for that? Like like what do you call it? Like drive a spaceship like to the end of the universe.
End of the universe, and then find out like you're inside a video game. Have you watched your movies on your Jim Carrey Truman Show?
Oh yes,
have you watched that?
Yeah.
That movie is so creepy, eh?
It's so weird. And then when he imagine that happened to you. I would.
It made me think, man. It made me think.
I would have serious mental health issues once I come out that door. That'd be weird.
I don't think you would be able to adjust to life after that. That would be too
people
weird.
know your name.
There should be like a movie like after what happens after he comes out of the studio.
That would be a good movie. It's one of those movies where you're not satisfied with the ending. You want to know like a bit more about what happened.
That would make I think they should make that movie, man.
Truman 2.
Truman Show into the real world.
Are you ever that kind of person that watches movies twice?
Yeah.
Maybe I'll go watch that movie tonight.
It's the like so when we were growing up, there were the on-demand you just like switch on your laptop. There's Netflix, there's like F movies, whatever. You can just start a movie anytime. I'm TV man, TV channel like Star Movies, HBO, whatever. So when you switch on a TV and like whatever movie is playing on,
you play it
from whichever portion of the whole movie go part, we just have to watch from the bits of it. You don't know what happened. You have no idea like what happened. You're just watching on from that point, and we just like sort of got used to enjoying movies. बिचबाट हेर्दा पनि रमाइलो लाग्ने खाले के सो अहिले पनि अब इफ आई कम अक्रस सर्टन मुभिज द्याट आई वाच्ड अर्लियर एन्ड इट स्टार्ट्स फ्रम सर्टन पोइन्ट आई स्टिल क्यारी अन स्पेसली फ्यान्टेसी मुभिजहरू मुभिज वेयर लाइक यो त्यो होल पोइन्ट अफ त्यो नोइङ द होल मुभी त्यो होल प्लट थाहा हुनुपर्ने त्यो हुँदैन नि इट्स नट भेरी फ्याक्ट रिडन अर इन्टलेक्चुअल खाले हुन्छ नि त्यस्तो छैन भने झन् वी क्यान जस्ट लाइक इन्जोय द मुभी खाले के एभटार लाइक के भन्छ मार्बल मुभिजहरू आई लाइक वाचिङ बिचबाट भए पनि त्यस्तो धेरै हेर्नु त हेर्दिनँ टिभी तर पनि कहिलेका बिचमा हेर्दाखेरि चाहिँ रमाइलो लाग्छ
नाइस I remember, especially I remember like मोटु पतलुको मुभी आउँथ्यो यार होइन लाइक लाइन अफ माई स्केड्युल on शनिबार होइन 2 बजे घर हुनुपर्छ इलेक्ट्रिसिटी हुनै पर्छ
That's a cartoon होइन
कार्टुन आइकनिक
we had Tom and Jerry
पनि थियो
Dexter's Laboratory अनि पहिला त we used to watch random sequence मा नि हैन सो अब टिभी अन गर्दाखेरि हामी हेर्दाखेरि कि अब आज हेर्थ्यो भोलि सपोज हेरेन पर्सि फेरि हेर्थ्यो त्यस्तो हुन्थ्यो नि त अनि हामीले चाहिँ ऱ्यान्डम सिक्वेन्समा हेर्थ्यो क्या सो आई नेभर न्यू लाइक दे ह्याड सिजन्स
No, me either. I only knew that when Netflix became like kind of popular in like 2015, होइन मैले बल्ल त्यो बेलामा डिस्कभर गरेको
सिजनहरू हुन्छ भनेर
लाइक पेपा पिगको पनि सिजन हुँदो रहेछ लाइक
है I had no idea. Just recently मात्रै I discovered like यो Tom and Jerry, Dexterहरूको पनि सिजन हुन्थ्यो रहेछ something happened त्यतिखेर त ऱ्यान्डम
हेरिराख्ने हो नि होइन
त्यस्तो इन्टरलिङ्क पनि हुँदैन थियो It's just that certain characters would be introduced abruptly and then you had no idea. You just have to accept like, okay, it's just part of the universe.
The fact that it was just like funny, yes. It's like, I don't care.
But त्यतिखेर चाहिँ रिलिज नै थियो आई थिङ्क त्यतिखेर हाम्रो कार्टुन सबै उयसमा आउँथ्यो क्या इङ्ग्लिसमा आउँथ्यो क्या एन्ड द्याट्स वान अफ द रिजन्स वाइ आवर इङ्ग्लिस वाज डिसेन्ट पनि पहिला पछि त सडनली हिन्दीमा आउन थाल्यो देयर वाज वान विक वेयर आई डोन्ट नो समथिङ वेन्ट रङ विथ दिस अब त्यो टेलिभिजन प्रोभाइडर्सहरू पनि होला कार्टुन नेटवर्क वाज एयरिङ इन साउथ इन्डियन सम लाइक तेलुगु or something. For 1 week I was like, what the hell is this? I'm so confused. And after a week they sorted it out. It started coming in Hindi after that. But I'm glad I was like a little older by then.
Damn. I think we should wrap up, man. Thank you so much. Yeah, there was stuff I wanted to talk about, but there was also stuff I didn't want. Like, not that I didn't want to, but like,
it just didn't come up.
It just came up again. Yeah. Like all the whole like social media thing. It was great. I learned a lot. Thank you so much,
bro. Always.
But before we end, I have a few questions.
Yeah.
Do you have any advice to like upcoming podcasters? This is mainly a question for me. There are like any people like globally in Nepal wanting to start a podcast. What's the main advice?
Bro, what advice could I give? I don't know. I think just start first of all, right? किनभने हामी पनि सुरुमा we spend a lot of time wondering like what the logo should be, what the name of the channel should be. There's a lot of time spent in that. I think we could have launched our channel way earlier. So we spent a lot of time in that. Until about time wasted because we came up with a nice name, we came up with nice logos. But if you are planning on doing it, then just start like whatever. You can record with if you can record with your phone, then with your phone. If you're doing like a solo one-man podcast, I know. Just make sure the audio is crisp. That's what matters rather than the video. Video is stationary. What all can you do? And if you can invest, you can invest. But if you can start off with something, then just start like right away, and then slowly figure out like what works, what doesn't work. That's like one advice I have.
Thank you.
Really keep it real, man. Keep it real.
And the show must go on.
The show must always go on, man.
And then, show must go on.
Especially if you have more than one person.
And the second question is, in like a public space, also in private, like how do you stay true to yourself?
That's a deep question, man. Stay true to myself.
Yeah, like stay true to your morals, what you believe in.
But I think if you're in an Asian household, I think your parents do enough to keep you humble, man.
That's true.
They give you a reality check time to time.
That's so true.
No matter what you are outside of the house, you just come back and they'll just put you in a place and you just have to like take that in.
I was talking to one of the band members of 1974 AD, Sanjay uncle, and his wife was telling me that like auntie was telling me that like when he comes home, his mom doesn't care. Mom could care less. He turns up at 12. It's not a rock star that he can turn up. I'm like, his mom is like yelling at him. Like, where you been? It's 12 o'clock. I don't care. Get in your bed. And I'm like, it really does keep you grounded.
It keeps you, man. But they don't care. They don't care, man. They don't give a shit like what you are outside. When you come home, you have to live by their rules.
That's true.
Unless you want to move out and like live by yourself.
Which is hard.
But then again, they'll come and invade your privacy, and they'll put you in a place again.
Anything else you would like to add there?
No, man. I think that's it. But I hope you do well with this podcast, man. I think... how old are you, Ali?
I'm 15.
Bro. I think you're pretty mature for a 15-year-old that I've come across so far, eh? And that's what I said to Akash and Divi's also. The first time I met you during our podcast. I've obviously like seen you through Akashko stories. And Take, when we said, I think Akashko story, I think we should get him on. Divi's like, I was thinking the same thing, man. Because it's not just just like a motivating factor. I think like you're pretty mature for your age, whether that's the circumstances or your own experience. I think I could have like a conversation with. If I could have a conversation with a 15-year-old, then I think you'd be it.
I think we just did it.
I think we did it thrice.
I think we've done it 3 times.
We did it thrice.
3 times how? No, 2 in public and then like...
What?
2 in like podcasts, public. And then like...
3 times, you've...
I've been once only.
Hey, okay. So it was just Akash. Did you hear that?
I'm associated with that man. The same person. Thank you so much.
Thanks, man. Thanks for having me.
Okay.
Wrap it.
Cut.